bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth.
Come on. Okay, so a black sports movie draft, right? I'm gonna allow you to have the first pick.
All right, but it's a lot of black movies. So let's do 5 each.
Okay.
But let's alternate though. So I do first, you do second, and then go back and forth.
All right.
Both top 5 though.
All right.
All right. So for me, if I'm gonna do number one, my number one pick would be black sports movie. I'm gonna do Love and Basketball. That's a great number one pick.
That's your number one pick?
Love and Basketball, absolutely. Don't come with that weak.
No, this is easy. He got game.
Oh, that was gonna be my next one.
That's just
okay.
Number one pick. That's KD and Greg Oden right there.
He got game was a really good one. Damn.
Got some Mike's named after the movie. Come on, man.
I'm gonna go for my next one. I'm trying not to pick just my favorites and pick like everybody's favorites. I'm gonna go Coach Carter. Coach Carter. So I got Love and Basketball. Coach Carter as my number 2.
Yeah, I already got the best team.
What's your next one?
I already got the best team. Ali.
Ali.
I mean,
it was good.
All time,
but...
the greatest, and you got who? You got that man Will Smith.
I don't know about that one.
Come on, man.
Because I'm gonna keep it in the hood. Pot. All them was in the movie. I'm going above the rim. I'm coming with the real joints above the rim. I used to watch that movie every day. Every day. You don't even know what that movie is.
Above the rim? Nah. I got put on with that. Matter of fact, one summer in Florida. I promise I did.
That's one of my favorites.
Let me see.
Look, you ran out of movies.
So he got game and I got Ali.
Yeah, you're not keeping up. You ran out of movies.
No. Not at all. Denzel don't fail. I got Remember the Titans.
Okay, that's a good one.
We coming back.
You probably should have picked that earlier.
We coming back. You let it slip. So now my team is stacked. Just like that. Just that fast.
So what's that, 3?
Yep, 3 the best.
2 more. I don't want to keep it in the hood.
I got another hood classic for you. Don't even worry about it.
Let me ask you this. How are you classifying Space Jam? Is Space Jam because it was cartoons, some white people, and then Michael Jordan?
But it's Michael Jordan.
It was only Michael Jordan.
It's Michael Jordan.
There's only black people in the movie.
No. You got Charles Barkley. You had
Barkley,
I think it was Larry Johnson in the movie. Muggsy Bogues. Yeah. You had some niggas in there.
Oh no. Okay. Now I'm gonna come back to that one. No. So I'm going Space Jam then. Space Jam. Boom.
That's a hit. So what you got? What's your count?
So Love and Basketball. What's my number 2? I don't know. But listen, I got 4. That's 4.
Okay. Coach Carter. I feel like Coach Carter's in there.
Coach Carter was my number 2.
So you So I got
Coach Carter, Above the Rim, Love and Basketball, and then Space Jam. That's a hell of a lineup.
This nigga lost. That's crazy. Versus. So he got game. I got Ali.
Yeah.
I have White Man Can't Jump.
That's
my last
right
pick. Yeah, that's my last pick right there. White Man Can't Jump and Remember the Titans.
Okay.
So white man can't jump and black man can't speak. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go to one that you never seen. It's like you really gotta know to know this one. But like back in the day, like this was like the movie. Like when me, all my friends, everybody noticed when everybody first started playing basketball. It's a movie called Sunset Park. You don't even know this joint. It's time to get live. It's time to represent Sunset Park. What time is
You know what's funny is we use that as our intro.
Everybody used it for the intro. They're like in 6th grade.
Yeah, absolutely in 6th grade. Absolutely.
I ain't even played for a team in 6th grade. We just said it at the park.
That don't count though, because I ain't never heard of it.
You never?
I've never heard of
that was a movie.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that was.
Who's in it?
Fredro Starr. You know the dude that's in. He's in a lot of.
I think Kanye uses him in some lyrics.
Fredro Starr's in a bunch of movies, but he used to be a rapper though. This is like one of his first movies.
Okay.
Sunset Park. If you've seen him, you would know him. But yeah, like it's a classic movie.
Standing before your time. Boulevard. Okay. So I got 4.
Yeah.
I'm torn. But I got to do this for my homies back in the hood. Through the Fire, the Sebastian Telfair movie.
I like that movie.
gotta throw that one in there, capping off my top 5. All the real hoopers know about that Sebastian Telfair movie.
No,
you can't not. Good. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's a classic.
It
shout
is.
Out to Sabby, man.
It is. Now, I agree with you on that. But you want to use the podcast?
Yeah, man. So it's Black ESPN. Clearly, I had the best draft for all the black sports movies. You know what I'm saying? We got Big Cuz here. Go ahead.
You know, I'm just Wholesome B Mitch. I think I'm going to think of a new moniker for this podcast. You know, Podcast Poppy on the Wholesome Podcast. I think on this, I'm just going to go...
Give him something good.
I'm still thinking on it.
Give him something good. You got Ref Mitch, you know what I'm saying, to compare to. Like, that's a great name.
Yeah,
that's a lot to back. That's a lot to come with.
You be way off on your reference skills. So it's gonna be Coach something. You know, I don't know, Coach Poppy, Coach Podcast. Who knows? I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna come back to it, but it's gonna be something along them lines, though.
Okay, I like that. So, man, it's crazy enough. It's been a lot in sports. You know what I'm saying? And I left y'all apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long week.
Man.
But I'm back.
You left here with taking a bunch of L's. You was wrong about everything.
But I'm back. Guess who else is back? Cam Newton, baby. Cam Newton back with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? What's your thoughts?
I love it. He went to work without going to work.
Yeah.
Because he only played a few possessions and had 2 touchdowns. Did he need anything else?
No. They won, mind you though. The Arizona Cardinals had Colt McCoy in. He ain't really been none since Texas.
But Cam scored his first possession out there, and his second possession he scored. His first 2 possessions, he got a touchdown.
Listen, I'm never one to hate on a black man. Never. But I'm going to keep it a bean with you because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
They're not going to be good. They're not going to make... This is a great story. Like, we can just cut it short. Great story. Love that a black man's starting again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's taking all the goal line carries away from Christian McCaffrey. So fantasy-wise, I love that. Like, but they're not going to be better than the Minnesota Vikings, 1. 2, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Ooh, I think they might have a chance at the playoffs. Though. I was with you up until there. I think they could sneak in. You say not better than the Vikings. The Vikings are 4-5. They ain't doing the best either.
They're not. And that's just it about the Carolina Panthers. I do respect the fact that they didn't give up. You know, in the locker room, and you tried to go get somebody that can add some spunk and bring some life into your locker room.
And he's a legend. He's a living legend.
I mean, all that shit is great. That is amazing. It's not gonna give you more than a couple more wins. Not enough to get you into the playoffs, man. You know what I'm saying? It might get you a couple more endorsement deals with Hennessy, but you ain't gonna get, ain't no W's coming through that.
So what makes you think that but the Vikings aren't necessarily gonna make it either though? That's my point. Like you compare them to the Vikings.
Well, they're in the hunt. So I mean,
are they? I mean, barely. 4-5 is not good. The Panthers.
No, I didn't say good. I didn't say nothing about being good. The Vikings aren't good either. But that's just let you know where the NFC is on top of where Carolina is in their division. I mean, let's look at it. Yeah, they got a battle with They got a battle with Tampa Bay. They got a battle with New Orleans. Yeah. Cooked right there. And don't Atlanta lost to Dallas yesterday, but if I'm not mistaken, they're a game away from having the same record as them.
Yeah,
so it's like, what we really getting out of that?
Their whole division is pretty even, though, I think, besides the Bucks. But the Bucks been taking some L's. But they're pretty even. But, heading back to the Vikings, though, that are 4-5, they came off a win. With that win, does Zimmer, buy some more time?
Again,
he was making some gutsy calls.
No, he doesn't. But what he does is he makes it a little bit harder for us to tell him he's got to get the fuck out of here at the end of the season.
You know what's crazy?
We'll just be respectful at this point. But he still got to go at the end of the year.
Nah, I think he should. He still needs to go too. But you know what's crazy? So people always say he's too conservative. He doesn't. He doesn't make those big time calls. And before this game, he told Justin Jefferson, we coming your way regardless. Just be ready, basically. So he did that. We went for it 2-3 times on 4th down, which we never do. He changed up his play calling
and got a W.
And
you know what's funny is he's gonna go right back to that same old bullshit next week.
Nah, I don't see it.
No.
Jefferson had 11 targets. He hadn't had 11 targets in definitely all year this year and some of last year. That can he had 11 targets, maybe 7-8 catches. You can't not throw him the ball 10 times. We have to do that. He can't go back on that now. Zimmer has to tell no. Cousins, get this man the ball. It doesn't matter. Get it to him. We can't go back on that.
You would hope so. And you got teams. Like I said, you got the playoff. The playoff push is looking real sticky. You know what I'm saying? As we speak right now, the 49ers are whooping on the Rams. And so that's going to put in the NFC, that's going to put them at 4-5 right there with us. So you know, it's ugly not only for the Panthers and the Saints, but the Vikings as well.
Right. So that Rams game, that's live right now, right?
That's live right now.
OBJ
right now.
He's cleared. He's playing. You got any catches?
OBJ, I'm gonna look for you. So
OBJ's first game with the Rams, his first game, Von Miller's first game. It's a lot of changes. So if the 49ers win that's a big win for them.
Absolutely. Especially anytime you can get a division win,
right?
That's huge.
And you know what's even crazier? So you know how I was saying that OBJ should go to the Rams because they were contender. You were saying I was crazy, I was stupid, I sounded dumb. All this wild stuff you were saying, you was just wilding.
Oh, absolutely. I still believe that.
So now he's there, but what's crazy is the day he got signed, Robert Woods got injured, torn ACL. Boom. OBJ, the perfect fit to come in and kill it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Now, obviously, you can't predict injuries. But, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise. He went to the best team at this point for him to not only win, but to get the ball like he needs to. Although...
Boy saying something completely different than what he said last week.
Yeah, although he only has 18 yards, you know what I'm saying?
18 yards.
Going into the fourth quarter...
This is his first time playing with them. He literally got signed on Wednesday.
That's cool. That's cool. But we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It ended up, I was wrong. It ended up being a great spot.
Great spot for
him. Yeah, I got to take a shot to that.
Yeah, you do, because you was calling him, you was wilding on me. You like, well, no, slowing me down. Like, no, tell me why you think this is correct. It's like, dude, no, it's just the right move. Next thing you know, he's there. I'm not a GM, but I coach this game a little bit. I know a little bit about a little bit.
Odell, man, good luck, bro. Good luck.
And then,
good luck, bro.
What's going on with Aaron Rodgers? So he played this week, right?
So Aaron Rodgers, he got fined $14K. His little chump change that he had to give to the league.
It's nothing.
Then he comes out. You know what I'm saying? He says, "All right, I've been doing my yoga, my hot yoga, and I've been staying clear of everybody for 10 days. I'm ready. Guess what he went out there and did? He played like poop. Russell Wilson, though, it's all good because Russell Wilson broke his finger, got the finger fixed, got the pin taken out. Russell Wilson, he's back. But guess what he did?
He took an L.
He, too, played like poop.
And not only he got shut out. So that was his first time getting shut out in 150 games.
That's damn near legendary.
Yeah.
That's damn near legendary.
Laid an egg. But it is what it is. It happens.
Well, here's the thing. Russell Wilson, he didn't play his best.
And they're not a playoff contender, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Is this Russell Wilson's last year in Seattle?
Why? Why would it be? He doesn't have a reason to leave. Just because they're having a bad year. See, you wanted them people to, just because he's having a bad year, he got to leave? He's cemented. He should never leave them. He's cemented.
He should never leave.
No, he's been there 10 years. Why would he leave?
So let me ask you this, right? Didn't he have trouble at the beginning of the year? Wasn't he kind of not seeing eye to eye with the front office and the coaching staff?
Yeah, because he needs weapons.
Okay. He's got the same weapons now that he had at the beginning of the year, right?
So that means
DK Metcalf been there. Tyler Lockett has been there. Chris Carson has been there. Who they got new is he happy now?
No, I'm not saying that he's happy now, but he's clearly been happy with the organization for his entire career up until recently.
Things change, right? LeBron was delighted with the Cavs until he was no longer delighted with them niggas.
No, that's not true.
What do you mean?
LeBron had been asking for players forever. Just nobody wanted to go to Cleveland because it was Cleveland. Who wants to live in Cleveland?
And so so my point is if Russell Wilson's been asking for help, looking at Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf in the locker room with him, and then saying, these two dudes are here, but I still need some help, and he didn't get that help. What makes you think he's happy now, or he wouldn't want out?
Because the front office might have had a good argument. And one debate with the front office doesn't mean it's, I got to jump ship and leave. I spent my whole career here. We've been to a couple Super Bowls. We've won one. We've been to the playoffs every year. Why wouldn't I can still trust them. Just because we're having one bad year.
When was the last time they were good? Let me ask you that. Truly a contender to...
They've always been a contender.
Like how actually like turning that into fruition is my question.
I mean, they went to
When
the playoffs.
was the last time they actually? No. Okay, the Vikings the Vikings be going to the playoffs.
No,
I want to know, like, if somebody said when was the last time the Vikings were a contender? My answer to them would be when they went to the NFC
Miracle.
Championship and the Minneapolis Miracle and they lost to the Saints.
Listen,
when was the last time that the Seattle Seahawks had that?
I'll tell you. Anytime the Seahawks are in the playoffs, they're a contender because they have Russell Wilson. Everybody's scared of the Seahawks in the playoffs. They have playoff experience. They have a veteran quarterback who's a legend. Everybody's scared of the Seahawks in the playoffs. So they're automatically a contender if they make the playoffs, no matter what. No matter what. They're just having a bad season, so they're not going to make the playoffs.
So even in the losses in the playoffs.
Yeah. You don't see them ever get blown out in the playoffs. They don't get blew out in the playoffs for a reason.
So when was the last time they were actually like good?
Last year.
So do you truly believe that?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that they were like, oh my gosh, this is the best team in the NFL. I'm saying that
this is what I'm asking you. When was the last time they were a team like, oh no, they could really win the championship, top 5?
No, what I'm saying, if they make the playoffs, they're that team. If anytime they're in the playoffs, they're a top 5 playoff team.
That's ugly.
Regardless of what the record was in the season, because of Russell Wilson. I think the record last year was like 8-8, and then got in.
Let's see.
I think it was something like that. So their season record wasn't good, but they snuck into the playoffs.
It's cap. Their record was 12-4.
They were good then.
Yeah. Okay.
So then once again, it proves my point as to why would he jump ship when they've been good every year?
Because he clearly, as correct as you are, he clearly wanted more from his team and didn't get it.
So what? So because he didn't get it once, he don't get his way once. He go cry, like go home and cry.
Go home and cry to Sierra. Absolutely. That's what I would do. I know what I would do, and I don't blame Russell Wilson at all for doing what he's doing.
Listen, that's the question. That's another question for the whole podcast. So Russell Wilson come home crying. Mm-hmm. He come home crying to Sierra. Mm-hmm. What's she gonna say? Did she say stick it out or let's switch teams? She
got a prayer. Sierra's prayer.
But that's a real
help
question,
him find a new team. I got a team for him.
That's a real question I got to ask on those podcasts. Does she just tell him to stick with it and be firm on him, mm-hmm. or does she just cater to him and say, yeah, no, you're right?
I want to know whatever she told Summer Walker is the same thing she needs to tell
she do got
Russell
that song
Wilson.
in there.
You know what I'm saying? She got a whole prayer to find some new beginnings.
She
if it's new beginnings that Russell Wilson wants, Sierra's prayer is the way that he gets it.
She better tell that man to get tough and stick it out. But the thing is, he's not going to complain no much longer. He's tough enough already. He knows the deal.
You know where he needs to go? We could just keep it a bean.
Stupid.
We could just keep it a bean.
Say something stupid.
He should go to Cleveland.
Why? Why would he go to Cleveland?
He should go to Cleveland.
He's going to go to literally a team and an organization that has never won nothing. Mm-hmm. You sound stupid.
Where did he get drafted? He got drafted to a team that literally has won nothing.
And
Seattle had with him.
Guess what they did after he got drafted?
Oh yeah, I got you. They won a championship, right? They won a Super Bowl,
so
right?
Therefore,
hold on, but how would they do it with? They won it with a great defense, right? Like the Browns have. They did it with a great run, right? Like the Browns have. There isn't too many teams that have a Nick Chubb and a Kareem Hunt and a Dearness Johnson. He's got one of the best O-lines, if not the best, in the whole league. You come in, you go to the AFC, you go to the Super Bowl, because the AFC is wide open right now. Completely wide open. You go over there, Baker Mayfield, which we're going to get to him in a second, because he's butt cheeks. You get him out of there, and now it's all you.
No.
You got every receiver you could need.
No.
You got every running back you can need. You got the offensive coordinator from the Minnesota Vikings when we did win. I think it's written in the stone. Sierra's prayer, go ahead. Get that, write that up. Write that up for him.
So he literally, based on what you just said, he got drafted by this team, the Seattle Seahawks. They win a Super Bowl. They go to a couple more Super Bowls. And they really should have won another one.
Truthfully, yeah.
And I'm going to go somewhere else, even though I've built it. I built this city.
Mm-hmm. I can go build it again. I can go build it again. Absolutely.
Why would I go rebuild? I'm going to go rebuild a building?
Because they're not. No? They don't need to be completely rebuilt. They're knocking on the door of a championship.
But they've never won. They've never won.
You're right.
They don't even know what it takes to win from the owner on down.
Neither did Seattle. But but clearly in Cleveland, all it takes is one guy to come in and win a championship, right?
You're talking about Seattle 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that you want him to stay with that same team
that
won 10 years ago.
Yes, that same team that those same owners built.
Let me ask
you.
The
owners built championship.
Let me ask you this. Is he wrong to go into the front office in Seattle, knock on the door and say, "Hey, fellas, look, I love what we did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was great winning that championship 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot in my 10 years since winning a championship, you know. And I'm 10 years older now, and I'm a little bit closer to when I'm going to retire. And I want to win another championship, you know, closer to within the next 2 years, not just be excited about the one from 10 years ago. What have you guys done for me lately? And what are they going to tell him?
12-4 last year. We were having one bad year. They're going to tell him to relax. They're going to say, you've had nothing but success in your career. Sometimes there's ups and downs. This is happened to be a down year. We got you. Trust the process. Last time we were in this situation, we drafted you. We came out with a Super Bowl and a couple of Super Bowl appearances. We've been in the playoffs every year since then. Maybe the second year they missed the playoffs with him on their team. That means there's trust.
That sounds like one too many times.
No, that's trust.
From Russell Wilson.
Huh?
Yeah.
There's no quarterback that's a legendary quarterback that is like never missed the playoffs. Tom Brady's even missed the playoffs.
He was hurt. There's never been a year where he missed the playoffs completely healthy. Never.
I don't care. Well, what's your point? He still missed them.
He missed the entire season. It's not like he played.
He played like 3 games.
No, he didn't. That was the year right after they had Randy Moss, if I'm not mistaken. And he literally played the first game, tore his ACL, and didn't play the rest of it. Didn't play again.
So let me ask you this: what could be actually Russell Wilson's complaint? What could really be his complaint?
Here's the thing: I don't necessarily personally. If I'm keeping it a bean, I don't think he needs anybody else. Right? I'm on your side, but. The fact that he went in and had a big fuss throughout the entire offseason, even told him to find, go ahead, I'm going to take some looks. I'm going to see who might want me, who might have interest in me.
Yeah.
That's not going to just go away, period. But it's definitely not just going to go away after a trash season like this, right? So where does that energy now go?
I think you're wrong on that just because I think him and the organization have built so much trust within each other.
Okay.
That I think it does go away. I think he'll wait I'll put it like this. I think he'll wait to see what they do this off season, and that will determine how he handles next season. I don't think he's just automatically going to just jump ship because it's a bad season. I think he's going to actually trust and believe that they're going to do what's right, add some defensive pieces, build their line a little bit. I think that he's going to wait to see what they do this off season.
That's valid. So let me ask you this. If you are the Browns, right, who would you rather have?
If you're the Browns?
If you're the Browns, who would you rather have? Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson?
That can't even be a real question.
For the next 5 to 10 years.
No, that's not a real question. I think the real question is, would you rather have Russell Wilson or basically draft another quarterback?
Oh, so, okay. Do you think that's where the Browns are right now?
Yeah, because Baker Mayfield and Russell Wilson, that's not even a good comparison. It doesn't make any sense. Of course, everybody in the NFL would rather have Russell Wilson. Now, would you rather draft a new quarterback and start over or Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson, year 10, you still go Russell Wilson because he's still a top guy, maybe top 7 right now in the NFL. But he's still Russell Wilson. He's got that leadership experience. He has these intangibles that you can't. They're unmeasured. Where he just somehow knows how to win.
He's got it.
Yeah, right? he definitely got it. So you got to take him over most quarterbacks. Period. Just because. Okay. Even if he's having a bad year, good year, doesn't matter. You take him.
So Baker Mayfield, I'm assuming you're saying doesn't really
Baker
have
Baker Mayfield is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. Oh, he's probably bottom 5 starting quarterbacks. No, not probably. He's for sure bottom 5. But how low in that bottom 5? Is he the worst? Maybe. I don't know. Who's a worse starting quarterback than him?
Oh, Tyrod Taylor. Oh yeah. Tyrod Taylor. Oh yeah.
They're not far off from each other, though.
Oh, you said bottom 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
who do you take, Tyrod Taylor, Baker Mayfield? I might take Tyrod Taylor. I don't know.
I'm gonna take Baker Mayfield. I've seen more, not a lot more. I've seen more out of Baker Mayfield, though. I know he's a better leader of men than Tyrod Taylor.
What makes you think that?
Because I've seen it. You've
seen it. How did you see it?
From a fan's perspective, I've seen him lead and
do what
and rally.
Win?
and rallied. Yeah, I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, we
playoffs?
might not like Baker Mayfield, but he took the Browns to the playoffs. That was something.
You do know that the Browns are stacked at every position but quarterback.
All he had to do was not. But he could have went out there and fucked it up, and he didn't do that. Like you got to give him credit at some point.
But they got receivers, running backs. They got like so many. They got everything. Mm-hmm. How could you not be successful?
Because you have to like actually not go out there and mess it up. There's dudes that go out on certain teams
just ruin it.
and just like we had Christian Ponder. Yeah. Christian Ponder could have just been a decent quarterback, but he went out there and lost us games.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I think they're really close. Mm-hmm. And you're right, though. Baker Mayfield wasn't just out there losing games. Mm-hmm. He was maintaining. But I was going to say, though, speaking on, like, losing games, your boy Teddy, you know, he threw a pick the other day and got scared to hit I don't know if I want to say he got scared, but.
Yeah, that just sounded like hate. Your initial reaction was just go straight to hate.
Well, I mean, this is what happened. So it was a fumble. It wasn't even a pick. It was a fumble. He has a chance possibly to make a tackle or, you know, make something happen, and he kind of shies completely away from it. And the guy, 86-yard touchdown, they lose the game by 7.
Damn.
And it was like very obvious and blatant where it's like you could make a move, you can make a play on this guy right here, and you're not even going to try. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what's that about? So he got some heavy criticism.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy. Two hands Teddy. Two glove Teddy.
So we're talking about a dude like, I'm talking about, I love Teddy Bridgewater,
love
right?
him.
Teddy Bridgewater, to this day, if we're being real, could still be my franchise quarterback with the Vikings. Okay. I have no problem, right? But there's one thing we all know about Teddy. He's not throwing the deep ball. This is not a surprise. This is not a surprise to anybody.
Okay,
it's perfectly fine, right?
It's okay.
It's just that when you have athletes like Jerry Jeudy, you know what I'm saying? You got Cortland Sutton. Yeah. You got some people that you really kind of want him to
be able to
kind of bomb that joint too. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Teddy's still worried about getting injured?
No.
You don't think so?
Nah, I think Teddy's cool. To be honest, you know, he's a black quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. Automatically going to be successful.
You just said you would start a white quarterback over a black quarterback, but that's not there. Baker Mayfield over Tyrod Taylor, but that's not the here nor there. I just want to point out.
I didn't put one over the other. I just said both. I just said both bottom 5.
Did you?
They're both within the bottom 5. They're both within the bottom 5.
All right.
That's all I have.
Go ahead.
But let me ask you. With that being said, right? OBJ, he's with you still got Baker, right? Who went out and played against the Patriots. He played trash. Played like poop, right? You got OBJ, who isn't really playing the best, but he's obviously in a better situation.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, who's the winner and the loser in that situation?
Easy. 100%. The winner is OBJ because he's gonna have a chance to win a Super Bowl. He's got a chance to change his career, basically. I mean, because his career is basically in the shitter at the Browns. It was on a heavy decline where it's like his career is done basically if he stays there. By going to the Rams, he could have a rebirth. He could win a Super Bowl possibly. He could become the OBJ he wants to. Meanwhile, Baker's on his way out of Cleveland. They got to get rid of him. They got to get rid of him. They got to get rid of him.
So out of Cleveland, he's out of the league. Basically. I mean, he's not gonna. Where could he go? The Jets is like Houston.
The Jets, yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, if you can't succeed in Cleveland for football, you gotta your options are limited, right?
Yeah.
So me, I'm thinking, OBJ's a winner for sure.
Easy.
I think a winner in this actually is a wide receiver from the Browns, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
How does he win?
He wins because now the ball's coming his way.
No, somebody has to get him the ball. It's coming his way, but it can it's in his direction, in his vicinity. You got to be near him so he can catch it.
Absolutely. I think Baker can get it to him. I think Baker can get him the ball. I think the problem with Baker was the pressure of getting it to OBJ. He had to work extra hard to get it to OBJ. No. The stats can prove without Odell there, he plays better. Stats prove it. Now that Donovan Peoples-Jones has the chance and the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to get some of them catches, I think it's his time. Now a loser is me, my fantasy teams, and my boy Robert Woods. Man.
You have Robert Woods on fantasy?
Man, I'm talking about Dynasty. I had Robert Woods in a 12-man league.
That's too funny.
Bobby Trees, that's my dude, man. That's my dude. So losing him is definitely a killer.
No, that's hilarious. And in fantasy, and in one fantasy we both in, it's getting real. We're I'm in the playoff hunt. I don't know if you're in the playoff hunt, but I gotta win these next.
In the
couple
ESPN
weeks.
league?
Yeah.
Nah, kinda. I'm really trying to get Jalen Hurts off you though. So that's a conversation for off the pod. But if I get Jalen Hurts, I'll be in the playoff push for sure. For sure.
Why they beat on that trade? We had a great trade going, but yeah, no, you're right. If you get Jalen Hurts,
No, all jokes aside, I'm not using James Robinson. And I think I tried to.
They were all on your bench.
Yeah, I'm not using any of them
for
a starter. For a starting quarterback, it
was an even trade. It was even because they were on your bench.
I'm talking about dudes that will not. They're not ever gonna take the place of anybody.
Exactly.
I have.
So even though you were giving me a lot, it's like you're not using them. I can use them.
Every single one of them.
Like they're gonna start.
And now you're good, but and that's the thing. You would have to find a quarterback.
That's it, though.
And that's the problem I'm having, which is why I'm saying here you can have these dudes. Just good luck finding a quarterback. But
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Any games that you are looking forward to this next coming week? We're still looking for the outcome of this 49ers Rams game. Most likely though, it's looking 24-7. It's looking like the 49ers. Yeah, it's looking like the 49ers are gonna come out with that upset. Jeez. So yeah. Well, and it's, same thing with this week. You know, what's my man Tom Brady and them? They lost to the Washington football team. Yeah,
I was surprised by that. I don't know what happened there.
It's the NFL. Anything can happen any given Sunday, which is another great black movie.
But no, this week, NFL, Packers, Vikings.
Oh.
Big game.
Absolutely.
Big game. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Packers, Vikings in Minnesota. Rivalry. The Packers are Super Bowl favorites right now for a lot of people. Aaron Rodgers coming off a bad week. He usually doesn't have multiple bad weeks in a row, so he'll probably be playing well. But the Vikings at home, I'm going with the Vikings for the win.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You got a score?
24-21.
24-21.
24-21 Vikings.
I like that.
I like that. Last second field goal.
So I got a couple games. I know I'm breaking the rules, but I got a couple. It's hard to choose from because I'm looking at this schedule, and I really, 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 really like that Cowboys Chiefs game. I think that's a sleeper good game
That's not a sleeper. That's not a sleeper.
That's a big one. Okay, absolutely. I'm not off on that one. I think that's gonna be a really good game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Great game.
That's probably my number one game that I'm looking forward to.
Who you having that though?
Patty ain't losing. Patty ain't. Matter of fact, Patty has enough. He's been losing. I ain't gonna say he doesn't lose, but he's got some motivation and he's got the momentum right now to carry him over.
They have to win out almost.
Correct.
But they've been struggling to score.
But they figured it out. What
makes you think they figured it out?
Throw it to Travis Kelce.
No, they've been doing that for forever.
Nope. And they were winning for forever. What they were doing this year is trying to get too many other people involved. Not really. When the line's breaking down, Patty's throwing it every which way. Look for your guys. Look for your studs, bro.
I don't know, man.
Stick with what you know.
The Cowboys put up 40 points this week. So
against the Falcons. Hey, all right, I'm moving on. Against the Falcons.
The Chiefs ain't put up 40 this year.
Listen. The other two games I'm thinking about is the Washington football team versus the Panthers only because it's the Ron Rivera Bowl. Listen, that's it.
Nobody cares about that game outside of
Ron Rivera fans, right?
Yeah, like
that's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be an ugly fight, and then Lions Browns. The Lions gonna.
You picked the most trash game.
No, look, ever. The Lions gonna get their first win this week. You heard it here first. Consider it broken news.
Lions Browns,
and the Lions gonna get their first win.
Two losers playing each other.
They're biting kneecaps off. Yes.
Oh my gosh, horrible game. And you think the Lions are gonna beat the Browns?
And the Lions gonna win?
Not a chance they beat the Browns. The Browns are too good.
Easy money.
And the Browns are not good, but they're so much better than the Lions.
Ain't that what they said about the Steelers though?
There's no chance that happens. No chance. Would you gonna go to the NBA?
Let's get it. I want to know again, and I'm gonna ask y'all until we find him. Where's Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons.
Where's Ben Simmons? What's up with Ben? What's the update on Ben Simmons now?
So Ben Simmons this week, he's like his mental health is being affected by the organization fining him. Basically, they fined him.
Is that what he's saying, or is that like?
No, that's like what he said. His mental health is being affected because they're fining him.
Okay.
Which I feel him on that.
Okay.
I'm getting fined because I'm hurt and I don't want to practice. Now I'm affected. I'm triggered.
Yeah, that nigga's mental, all right.
I'm triggered. Why are you fining me? You're taking my money now. I'm hurt. And you're fining me.
That's crazy.
You can't do that. No, I can't even focus now. I'm all messed up. You're playing with my money.
That's crazy.
You don't feel him on that?
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
Literally.
So I feel him on that,
Literally.
right? I feel him on that. The problem is Ben, bro. Play.
He tried to practice that one day.
Ben.
They put him out of practice, remember?
And he didn't want to, because you was asking him to do too much. You asked me to do too much.
Like,
I'm out here to do what it is that I'm trying to do, that I'm comfortable with doing. I don't want you to take my money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And you niggas still trying to find me. Right.
I'm hurt, though. Remember, he's hurt.
He's mentally hurt.
He's mentally hurt.
He's mentally hurt.
But it's true.
It's because y'all are asking me to do too much. So I'm saying that the Sixers need to relax. Let the man do what it is he wants to do. I mean, because let's be real. He's not playing. He's not playing for y'all no more. Y'all not trading him for me, right?
No.
So just let him do what he wants to. At this point, let him do what he wants to do. So he meets your requirements, and because I mean, what you gonna do?
So you're saying pay this man all the money and let him do what he wants?
Yes.
You know how much they're paying him? A lot.
Millions. Yes.
Because he's getting paid a big bag. So you're saying don't fine him.
No.
Give him the money.
Yes.
Man, if I'm the owner, I hate to say it like this, mental health is important. I think it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month this month. Matter of fact, it's last month. I don't know.
Don't get canceled.
One
Episode
of these months.
3.
But listen, if I'm the owner of the team, listen, your mental health mess, mine is too. I'm finding you every time. I'm finding him every day. I'm not gonna pay him. Let's see how much he gets paid. First of all,
millions. He's. I can assure you, he's on his second deal off a rookie.
He's
contract.
on his big contract.
Yeah, so he's making
big one.
Somewhat max money off a not do 170 mil.
170.
Hey, we paying you to have your mentals right, dog. But listen, that's
5 year 170.
This is all I'm saying.
Man.
This is all I'm saying.
Come on, man.
You telling me? Let me ask you this. Let's keep it simple, right?
$30 million a year.
Let's just be practical. If I'm at practice, right? You didn't say what I had to do when I got there. I just have to be there, right? I'm doing what I'm told. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So now that I'm no.
No.
You told me to come to practice. I came to practice. That's how I make my money. You didn't say I needed to do anything else to make my money.
No, that's not true. Because they told him he needs to go hard.
Where is that written down? Wherever in anywhere ever is it written that you need to go hard?
So it works like this: you get put out of practice now.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you a question. Where is it written down? Anywhere ever you have to work hard.
You don't, but you.
Okay. So hold on. I want to. We're gonna get to that point. We're gonna get to that point.
There's a caveat.
We're gonna get to that point.
I gotta give you the caveat.
He's pulling up.
No. You gotta wait.
And y'all telling him
slow down.
Now that he's there, now. In order to make your money, you got to no. Don't take my money. You just told me I got to be here, and I'm here. You told me be here. I get my money. I'm here. No money.
But then he
problem.
Well, if you don't show, if you get put out, you get fined or you don't get paid because you're not going to play.
Why are you putting me out? Y'all just asked me to be here. Now you're asking me to do shit. This is crazy.
But you're right. So that's the viewpoint he had.
This is asinine. I was just told to do something.
Which is why
just to be here.
Which is why he then said he was injured. Because then if you're injured, you still could get paid about whether or not you miss the games.
So it sounds. Give me more, because it sounds like the Sixers are hating.
I'm just so if I'm the owner, I pay you $30 million this year
to be there. I did that.
However, when you were there, the coach decided you were not working hard enough, so you got put out of practice. Therefore, you were not playing the game.
So that nigga's hating too. Okay.
So, but that's part of the contract. You miss a game, you don't play. Sure. Unless you're hurt.
No, but they were hating to determine that I wasn't working hard.
That has nothing to do with it. Your work ethic is on you. So if you decide to come in lazy like so you don't play the game, you get a DNP, you on the bench in the suit, that's on you. Now, that's where you don't get paid. So he didn't go through with that. Once he got put out of practice, he got hurt, remember? Mm-hmm. So now that you're hurt, well, then we gotta have our doctor see you. We gotta have our physician check on you. He declined the physician test.
Cause fuck them niggas too.
So if I can't test, so that now this is probably actually in the contract. If our physicians can't check on your injury, then we gotta fine you.
It sounds like so much hate.
We gotta fine you.
Just from if I'm Ben Simmons, right, and I look at it like, okay, is everybody determining? Not like the facts are I'm pulling up. The facts are I'm here. The facts are they're taking money from me. They say I'm not working hard. They say I'm not doing certain drills.
No, he says he's injured now. That's where he's at.
Because y'all was hating before. Y'all didn't like what it was I was doing before. What I was doing, y'all told me to do something. I did it. It wasn't enough. And now I don't want nothing. I'm back to not wanting nothing.
You know the funniest part about all this though is the fact that he's saying now, his mental awareness, he's mentally affected. You can't measure that. So that's the loophole. That is how he got them.
Let me get out. They're still hating. Let me find a way they can't hate.
You can't hate on that.
You can't.
You can't. If I say no, I'm depressed because you're taking my money. You gonna tell me I'm not?
No, never.
You can't.
I think we found Ben Simmons. I think he's in a great place. I think we found Ben Simmons is in his happy place.
But the thing is,
I think we found him.
He's in contract till 24, 25.
Oh man, hey, this is a live update. Philadelphia 76ers have fined Ben Simmons for failing to travel on their 6-game road trip. Nigga don't want nothing to do with them. Stop hating on me. Leave me alone.
How much did they fine him?
Doesn't say. Shams didn't say. Just leave me alone. Is what I'm getting at.
The thing is, here's the crazy thing. If I make $30 million this year, them fines might add up to like 2, 3 maybe. I'm okay with that.
I'm out there like Floyd.
I'm okay with that. Because he gonna get he do $33 million this year, 35 next year, 37 a year after that, and 40 million the last year. That's how many years he got left in Philly. They can't. I mean,
you can have.
They gotta
all
wait
of
at
it.
least 2 years.
You can have all of it. You can have all of it. Just for me to get somewhere else.
If I'm the owner, I got such a headache from this dude. Like I want to fight him.
But that's what I'm saying. You're stressing yourself out just to keep me from my happy place, bro. That is hate.
No, if I'm the owner,
you just gonna stress yourself out just so I'm not happy.
If I'm the owner, I might have somebody pull up on you.
You're gonna do all of that because I want to be happy.
No, I got to do all of that because I just gave you 170 million. I just gave it to you, dude.
So be happy. Like you got it. It ain't. Listen, if you got it, it ain't nothing, right?
Nah, I'm mad at
it. It ain't tricking if you got it. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. So, tricking. When I think of tricking, unfortunately, I think of Russell Westbrook. What's up with the Lakers, man? They lost to the granted. I think they're better than what their record is, but they lost to the Timberwolves.
They got blew out by the Timberwolves.
I'm talking about smoked, last night's blunt. What's up?
Yeah, no, the Timberwolves is definitely smoking on that Laker pack.
Absolutely, that Russell Westbrook pack.
So I think the biggest problem is, of course, LeBron is still out. Mm-hmm. It's not a timeline on when he's coming back.
Real quick, before you even get too deep on that,
don't say nothing crazy.
No, LeBron could be out. That's valid, right?
Yeah.
But you got 2 Hall of Fame players. I don't really see that as an excuse to lose to the Timberwolves that have
more
lost
than
seven in a row.
They got 4 Hall of Fame players. Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, true. Matter of fact, you got Rondo, you got Carmelo, you got AD. 5. They had 5. They had a starting lineup of Hall of Fame players and still lost to the Timberwolves. So my question is at some point there's got to be somebody that kind of gets looked at. Maybe it isn't Russell Westbrook.
No, I know who gets looked at, and I know who I blame for all of this.
It might be the same person. Are we thinking of the same person?
It's Anthony Davis.
Oh, elaborate. I was thinking of Frank Vogel. That was the easy one. But AD.
Let me tell you why AD. AD is supposed to be top 3 best players in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I don't think he is. He's not playing like it. So he's supposed to be top 3. He's supposed to be a guy that no matter what team he's on, he should be able to make them a playoff contender. No matter what team he's on, it doesn't matter. Put me with 5 dudes. Put me with Wavy, Trey, Marcus, and maybe somebody a little bit better than them. But put me with whoever, and we going to the playoffs because he should be that good. He's that talented, and for him playing with other vets, and he's not able to lead them. He's just out there kind of going through the motions. That's unacceptable. He's in his prime. They're not.
He's similar. 30. I mean, if we're keeping it a bean, he's very similar to someone like Karl Anthony Towns. If you take away that championship, if you're being honest, he has one outside of the Lakers career,
and I hate to say it.
It's a very ugly thing to say, right? But he's got one playoff appearance, and in that playoff appearance, he had Drew Holiday, Rajon Rondo, Boogie Cousins on his team. He had a stacked roster that year, and still was only the 8th seed.
Yeah,
and you got Karl Anthony Towns, who had Jimmy Butler, Jeff Teague, Taj Gibson, and the best we were was also the 8th seed.
Also, to be fair, we not saying Cat and AD are equal. We're not saying that, right?
I'm saying what makes them outside of the Lakers' career. What makes them a different player?
So
if you add up all of the Timberwolves, not
you
now,
are saying they're equal.
I am. If you put Karl Anthony Towns with LeBron James,
then what?
They win the championship in 2020. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying regardless they were going to win it?
They were going to win it. Yeah, absolutely.
I actually disagree. I think I think there's a difference between the two. I think Anthony Davis is a step up from Karl Anthony Towns, just all around, just game wise, passion wise, just all around. Mm-hmm. Reason why is because Anthony Davis' team, when he was in New Orleans, they were at least contending for the playoffs
every year.
They were close. They were like, we maybe could get in, maybe not.
We just need a piece or two to get in.
Yeah, Cat wasn't like contending. Like, no, they've been like. We're competing for the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pick
every year.
Yeah, like do we tank or do we keep playing? What do we do?
Yeah,
that's what he's playing for. Whereas AD was actually playing to try to get in. Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you put into perspective, right? So you remove Karl Anthony Towns, right? You have AD.
Yep.
Now, AD and all of what he did in New Orleans, and then his short time with the Lakers. Or Dwight Howard in all of his time with Orlando and then the many different teams. Who would you rather have, AD or Dwight in their prime?
In their prime, I have to go with Dwight. Because Dwight with Orlando was just a dominant force on defense. It was like he was just going to kill on defense. He was going to rebound, and he was going to dunk everything. What's crazy is he didn't have no post moves during this time.
No, not a post move in sight. And actually, that was one thing that they always said he needs to work on if he wants to take his game to the next level.
Yeah.
Was that he needed to gain post move. Like, kind of similar to Giannis, like just a turnaround or a counter move.
Anything. They was like, just do a jump hook, please. Anything.
Give it something. And
give us something.
You'll be at the next level.
But he brought them to the finals. Mm-hmm. Orlando Magic. Mm-hmm. Him and Hedo Turkoglu.
Hey, Hedo Turkoglu was that dude.
Listen.
He was that dude back in the day. Very, very low key.
Dwight Howard took Hedo Turkoglu and Jameer Nelson to the finals.
Yeah.
As soon as he left, they were a lottery team.
Yeah, and ain't been back since.
AD has not had that impact anywhere, ever in his career.
So then,
in fact, he left New Orleans. They were in the lottery and they was back in the playoffs, or close to the playoffs. They didn't make it in the bubble. I think they were in the play-in game.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, they weren't in the play-in game, but they were a game or two away. Like they were
right there though.
They were 11 of the 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting that AD has, I guess, not the same impact.
I don't think so.
As he should.
As he should.
You know, you got somebody like Dwight who was clear top 75, didn't make it, but then AD did. You remember that scuffle at the beginning of the year? With the
yeah.
That's what the niggas was fighting about. That's what the niggas was fighting about. Dwight told that nigga, "Hey, bro, you got my spot. You better go out there and act like it, my man."
Yeah, no. Dwight had a whole different was kind of a dog when he was in it. When he was in Orlando,
Dwight was different.
He was different.
Yeah, if you know. Orlando Dwight was like there's never really in the history of the game. There's only been a certain amount of times where you could say the big man or the center or the post guy is the best player in the league. There's only been a handful of times you could say that, and Dwight is one of those guys that you could have said that about him in a league with LeBron and Kobe.
Yeah,
he was getting those types of arguments.
He was there. And AD should be able to do that, but he just for some reason just doesn't have that motor.
It's not there. So let me ask you, someone that we can, and this wasn't on the list, but somebody we compare AD to, Giannis or Kevin Garnett.
Great one. I'm gonna go KG.
Yeah. Really?
I mean, KG clearly, he accomplished more. Mm-hmm. Because career's over with. But I think just KG just because, this is a great comparison. Just because he was just so versatile. Like he just was before his time, crazy versatile, could guard all positions, could do everything. I don't see that ever being Giannis.
I don't think you're keeping it a bean with just that right there. Let me keep it. Let me just be honest with you. Be honest with you, right? Giannis won MVP, two in a row, right?
Which was BS though. He should not have won 2 in a row.
He won 2 MVPs in a row. I'm not talking about what should have would if you know what I'm saying. So he won 2 MVPs. He's got a Defensive Player of the Year award. He's got Most Improved award. Yeah. He's got a couple All-Stars, and he's got a championship along with a Finals MVP. All this before the age of 27, 28?
Yeah.
Now, KG's my dude, right? KG, I grew up watching KG. KG wasn't bringing that type of energy here to Minnesota.
What?
Excuse me. What? Granted, and he was bringing the energy.
He was MVP in Minnesota. Stop it.
He was bringing the energy, but he
was an MVP.
Didn't do it yet, but he did it 10 to 12 years after he had been there for a minute.
Well, wait.
No, excuse me. KG had been in Minnesota for 8 years, 7 to 8 years up until that point.
Okay.
And Giannis has been in Milwaukee for about the same, 7 to 8 years. Okay. So, but the difference is in that 7th to 8th year, Giannis won a chip, KG lost to the Lakers.
Great. So a championship earlier. That's it. Mm-hmm. Anything
Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time MVP,
2-time MVP too.
Finals MVP. He's definitely got these things that are on his resume now that KG didn't get till he even went to Boston. KG has 1 MVP, sure. He's got that 1 MVP here in Minnesota that, I mean, if we're being honest, a player like that, there's no way he doesn't get an MVP, right?
Yeah, he dominated that
He
year.
Goes to Boston, he gets a Defensive Player of the Year award, something he probably should have got a couple times here in Minnesota.
But winning is a part of winning them awards sometimes. You gotta be winning.
Giannis is winning.
Yeah, no doubt.
Giannis is winning, and I can't hear the market. The market difference is anything. I can't really hear the time. Like there's no difference in their trajectories or their team histories.
The difference is
Milwaukee's been trash.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. The difference is KG was 12-time All Defensive. That means every year he was on the All Defensive team almost. Mm-hmm. Every year almost.
Mm-hmm. He was locked down.
Just straight lockdown. So yes, he wasn't Defensive Player of the Year. I think Giannis might even get it another time in his career, Defensive Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
But KG was literally almost every year in his career he was on the All Defensive team. Mm-hmm. One. He led the league in rebounding. Giannis is not a great rebounder, as he should be. He should be a better rebounder. He should be I'm not saying he's not bad. He should be better.
The reason I will argue against that is because he's true. He's a 7-footer. But Giannis is a little bit more of the guard.
Doesn't matter.
Big man.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No.
It does to a certain extent. Extent. Because if he's the outlet, he's not there to rebound. If you have Brook Lopez and you have Bobby Portis down there actually getting the rebounds, and your outlets are Drew Holiday and Giannis, I'm throwing it to them. They're not necessarily always going to be down there to rebound.
What is him?
And he's still a top. No, he still averages 10 rebounds a game.
That analogy doesn't work because just because he's the outlet doesn't mean he can't go get the rebound.
He's still averaging 12 a game, so it's not like he's not.
My point is, KG led the league in rebounding in 4 years. Like he was always the top 5 rebounder. He was always a top 10 assists. KG could also pass the ball. KG was a great passer, as what you would call a big man. Mm-hmm. He was a great passer. Giannis is not a great passer.
He's a good passer. He's not great.
Huh?
He's a good passer.
He's okay.
For a center or a big.
He's not a center. You said he's a wing. He's a guard. He's the outlet.
He's really everything. That's the thing about him as well. He's played point guard. He's played wing. He's played. He's best at the center.
Agreed.
KG, truthfully, like he did play some guard. Like he never really should.
When he won MVP, he was playing point guard.
Yeah.
But my only point was KG was just more skilled. He does more. Now Giannis could probably score better than KG. Mm-hmm. He's stronger than what KG was, so he can score better. Gets to the paint more
Giannis
easier.
Averaging 26 a game. Come on, bro.
So I mean, there's those type of things, but KG's versatility, I think he's one of the most versatile players ever.
I don't know. We got Giannis with 26 a game this season, right? 26 a game, averaging top. He's top 1, 2.
He's a better
3,
scorer
4,
than KG.
5, 6. He's top 6 in rebounding. So it's not like he's like
KG was always a top rebounder though. Every year is what I'm saying. So I mean, yeah, that's great. But
what's his career average for rebounds?
Career average 10.
10? Okay. I think my boy Yan gonna beat that.
And unfortunately, KG, when he came into the league, those years when Giannis was young in the league too, and he just wasn't playing, KG was still playing in them games. So his stats is also misconstrued because
I see what you're saying.
So when KG was 18, 19, 20, and Giannis was getting DNPs, KG was in on just a trash team, just doing stuff.
That as well. Okay.
And ruining the stats a little bit
I was gonna say on the opposite end, when Giannis was starting to get some of his burn and truly get the time to get those stats up, KG was actually playing for the Timberwolves, and I feel like he played for Brooklyn, and the Timberwolves kind of really just out there giving us empty or no stats.
Yeah, so
to
at
really
the beginning,
hurt his stats.
so good point. Beginning of his career and end of his career, he has like 3 years where it's just trash stats.
On both ends.
Both ends. Like his first 2 years, he averaged like 10. Second year,
so
17.
his first year, was his only bad year.
I mean, 17, 18. That's not KG, because after that, once he hit 22 years old, it was a dub. He was a Mr. Double-Double. Like, it was a dub plus.
KG was so different.
Yeah. He led the
different.
league 4 years straight in rebounding. I mean,
I don't really like this is off the joint. I can't think, like, it's so hard to put into perspective really being 20 years old, giving grown men 20 and 20.
It's nuts.
There's nobody that actually can put that into perspective. Like, no.
Yeah.
Nobody around us that can put that into. We don't know anybody.
And we're talking a time when it was real grown men in the league. Like grown
men,
like adults.
Like real grown men.
Yeah.
Like they look 40 at 30.
Yes,
like,
no, absolutely.
I'm not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's out there not only not being intimidated, but like giving it to them niggas.
Yeah.
KG's that dude.
So I do think the Giannis in his comparison is really close. Super close.
Okay.
Super close.
How about Tracy McGrady and Carmelo Anthony? Who you taking?
T-Mac or Melo? Both of them was like, love both of them. Both of them. God dang. T-Mac or Melo?
They both for the hood. Both of their jerseys went triple platinum in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Both had the shoes that went triple platinum in the hood. You know what I'm saying? This is hood favorites right here. T-Mac. I am gonna go with Carmelo.
You going Melo?
I'm going with Melo. Matter of fact, 5th grade, I'll never forget it. Came into school, had the baby blue Carmelo Anthony jersey.
You used to wear all the accessories too.
Yeah. Oh, I had the baby blue headband, baby blue yellow wristband. I had the yellow shorts with the Carmelo shoes.
Marcus used to have all the accessories
with no braids, just the fade. I was Carmelo Anthony. So I'm going with Carmelo for sure.
T-Mac was my second favorite player ever. First was AI, then it was Mac. I gotta go with T-Mac just because when he was rolling and he was like pre-injury and a little bit post after his first injury and he was with Houston, he was just a man. Like it was him or Kobe. Like they were literally the top two guys. Was like who's better out of them?
And T-Mac really had an argument because everybody could say, especially at the time prior to Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum.
Man.
If you put T-Mac with them Lakers teams, he does the exact same thing Kobe does.
Possibly.
So
possibly. We'll never know. T-Mac was just a walking bucket. Like he just gonna walk in and get 30.
Easy.
And it was gonna look like nothing. Like
easy. I'll never forget. I'm sure y'all probably saw it too. And I'm sure it's a lot of people's Tracy McGrady favorite moment is when he scored 13 points, 33 seconds against San Antonio. Yeah. Oh, man, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget it a day in my life. Coolest shit ever.
But comparing, him or Melo, though, Melo had a period of time where in Denver where he was just a beast. Where it was like him or LeBron.
Absolutely.
He had that same moment.
Absolutely.
That's what's crazy.
And then he got AI and went to the conference finals.
True.
So he really had some juice behind what it was he was doing. LeBron had been to a finals up to that point. Yeah. He had been to one, but it was like, all right, Carmelo, because I think Carmelo had won a scoring title within that window too.
I think so too.
So it was like, all right, Carmelo might really be here. It might really be Carmelo's time to kind of take the league over by storm.
But the thing is, I think with Melo, so Melo never had a crazy injury.
No, I don't. No, he's been really pretty healthy his whole career.
And the reason why I choose T-Mac is because, okay, Melo's been healthy, and he's never really got over the hump. He's always just been a great scorer that just is going to score it. But he's never been a guy who's like, I'm going to take my team to the playoffs. I'm going to just dominate. Besides when he had those couple years in Denver.
But he was the realest nigga out there, though.
He was. But if you give T-Mac that same scenario where he doesn't get hurt, there's no question T-Mac and those Rockets possibly get, they have a much better time than any of Melo's teams.
T-Mac had, people really don't remember this. T-Mac had a team. He had Rayford Austin, himself.
Then they won like 21 straight games? That team.
Yeah. Rayford Austin, Shane Battier,
yeah,
Ron Artest, Yao Ming,
yeah.
And I want to say like Carl Landry off the bench, who was a good player back then.
Yeah.
That team was stacked.
The problem was T-Mac was consistently hurt throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. And Yao was as well.
And Yao was too.
Yeah, it was T-Mac, I think, that was healthy up until the playoff. Like, they played the Lakers, and then game 4, 5, 6, like, they lost both of them. They ain't stand a chance.
But they never really got a full season together. Mm-hmm. So it's like, for Melo to have all those healthy years, it just,
that's too bad.
It's unfortunate.
T-Mac and Grant Hill, some of the biggest what-ifs of all time.
And Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway might be Penny Hardaway, D Rose might be the two biggest to me.
D Rose might be the biggest what if I've ever seen.
D Rose or Penny is definitely one of them.
Who would you rather have, D Rose or Penny?
I mean, I'm a D Rose fan because I played against him in high school, so I'm automatically I seen up close person. This dude is unreal. He's unhuman. Can't stop him. I seen this when I was in 11th grade. I said, this dude, whoever in the NBA now, he better than them.
Word.
I seen this in 11th grade. I'm like, if this what the NBA like, I ain't going.
Wow. I ain't going. He's different. He was younger than you at the time. Had to have been.
Nah, we was saying probably older than me, really.
Oh wow.
We was in the same class, same grade.
Okay, y'all niggas just old then.
This nigga just running up and down the court, jumping, dunking, doing all, and it's just like, if this is what the NBA is, ain't no way. He just was different. So I automatically say him, but Penny. I mean, he went to the finals.
Yeah.
Early. So, I mean, he was MVP candidate. First team all NBA.
Granted, D Rose won MVP. D Rose, where Penny went to the finals, D Rose knocked on the door for like 3 straight years as the number one, though.
But guess who won MVP the year Penny was a candidate?
Mike.
Exactly. So,
but it's not like, don't do that, because it's not like D Rose didn't have to go up against LeBron in Miami.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So like you got an all-time great that D Rose still won it against. And as a matter of fact, he's the youngest MVP of all time.
Absolutely.
So like you really talking about Himothy.
It's such a tough comparison.
Himothy Rose.
And I'll give this edge to Rose is Penny had Shaq along with him. So I mean, you give D Rose somebody like Shaq, they probably win one.
They probably win like 2. All jokes aside, win 2, 3 in a row.
And I think Penny and Shaq would have won 2, 3 in a row as well.
Yeah. Penny just got injuries.
Penny got hurt. Shaq left.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's that.
Okay. So yeah, for the streets. Okay, so here I got one. A nigga that didn't win nothing versus a nigga that's got a couple.
Yo, you be saying so that just be so disrespectful.
AI didn't win nothing.
Nigga that didn't win nothing. Allen Iverson changed everybody's life.
That's dope. That's dope. That's so cool.
No, if you was a kid or adult, whoever, he was a black person in America during the time when AI was in the league, he changed your life. Like he literally like braids, do-rag, big earrings, jerseys. You dress like him right now.
Got a do-rag on right now.
Besides the little dangly thing, you would have got clown back then. But the little dangly earring. But AI literally shaped our culture.
Oh yeah.
So don't just say he ain't win nothing. He was bigger than basketball.
That's so.
Don't be disrespectful to AI.
That's so cool.
AI Curry, yeah.
That's so cool. You done?
Go ahead.
Yo, Steph Curry, not only is he the greatest shooter of all time, not only is his mom gorgeous, right? Not only was his dad in the league, his little brother's in the league. This dude could pull up from yesterday and could hit it. This dude, I remember the moment I realized Steph Curry was the greatest shooter ever. It was a game against Oklahoma City. You already probably know what game I'm talking about already. I think they were. It was a great game. The year they played OKC in the conference finals. Yeah. And he did the little stutter step right before half court or right after half court. Thabo didn't put his hands up. Hand down, man down.
Hand down, man down.
There ain't not a single Negro, white man, nobody that's doing that in the NBA
Right.
before, after, today.
No doubt. AI couldn't do that.
And so AI's not doing that. And so when I tell you right now, Ref Mitch be out here with these kids, I do nothing but see these kids shoot from yesterday.
That's cool.
Thinking that they can do so
Cool.
as cool as it is, right? As cool as AI, everybody wanted to wear the headbands.
No doubt.
Especially me. Y'all saw me. I was
Bubba
headbands. I was Bubba Chuck. I was headbands. I was wristbands, sleeves, all that.
Yeah.
All that because of AI.
AI.
He didn't change how the game was played or
Are you
is
stupid?
played. No.
No,
he
you-
didn't.
you-
He didn't
no.
change how the game was played as a whole.
Yes, he did.
He added the crossover for sure. He's the reason why we now add the crossover. But hold on. He
Right.
got his crossover and only adapted his crossover. He'll tell you from Michael Jordan. There's never been anybody shooting like Steph. Never. Now you got literally archetypes that are trying to be like him.
Right.
Trey Young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me.
You want to know why the archetype trying to be like him and not trying to be like AI? Because they can be like Steph. They can train to be like
Kyrie's a AI.
ish.
Yeah.
But nobody could play like AI because nobody can do it. So it's the idea of I want to be like this person, but that's literally impossible for me to play like him. I can possibly play like Curry, who's not that athletic. He's not gonna blow past me. He's not as shifty and shaky. He just could shoot really well.
He's not gonna blow past you. Steph Curry ain't shifty and shaky.
No, he able to get by because he can shoot so well. You gotta respect his three so much.
You know, I can vividly remember it's a commercial. He made Chris Paul fall on the baseline by
No doubt.
shifting his ass and like.
You ever seen Allen Iverson's highlights? You know how many people he's made fall in his career?
Nah, I'm not comparing the two. I'm not saying.
I'm just saying. So
he
there's
makes him fall more.
There's things AI did that were inhumane. It's
He
not.
made
natural
people
for
fall a
your
little
human.
bit more. If we're being real,
Yeah. So my point is though,
like if you break down their games, Steph is actually the better shooter
by far
and the better scorer. He's a better finisher at the basket.
huh? Wait, you said a better scorer. Why you say that?
He's a better scorer
Why?
because he can stretch the floor far better.
But
He can finish at the basket just
So,
the
wait.
same.
So you know-
he can create
wait.
space better than almost
Dude,
anybody
you're just saying
ever.
Oh my gosh! You always say just something that's just off the wall. He's a better finisher than Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson could not, mind you. Allen Iverson was one of the best scorers ever, and he couldn't shoot the three. How do you think he was scoring? At the basket,
He
no
was,
three.
He
You
was
take
jacking
away-
that bitch.
No, but he was
Allen
getting-
Iverson is just like Kobe Bryant,
put it-
one of the greatest jackers of all
Great.
time.
Let me put it in perspective for you. You take if Steph Curry could not shoot the three, which Allen Iverson cannot.
Not as well. He can shoot it, just not as well.
Great. Didn't shoot a great percentage throughout his career.
Probably like 30, but he was jacking that hoe.
But my point is though, so if Curry could not shoot the three, his basket game would not be nothing.
Valid.
So you can't say that his basket game is one of the best when Allen Iverson literally only had going to the basket.
And mids. He had his mids. But he was getting to the... I will never take it away from AI. He was getting to the
He's
rim.
literally
he was that dude. It's
a
hard to
four-time
go against AI because he was really like... Everybody grew up on
But
AI.
you saying like he
But if I
wasn't a
got to
real
pick
bucket.
two, I'm picking the two-time MVP. One-time unanimous
Let me
MVP.
tell you how much of a bucket he was,
NBA
though.
champion. The nigga who caused the team. Like, he's the reason they had the best record ever.
no doubt he's one of the
Ever.
reasons. One of the reasons. One of the reasons.
He was the unanimous MVP that year.
Great.
Without
Great.
him, that team doesn't do what they need to do. Excuse me, as a whole, offensively.
No, he's absolutely a great player, but he has other great players around him as well. He has AI full-time scoring champ with nobody there. Nobody's around him. 3-time steal champ. Guess what? He plays D. Not only am I getting a bucket on you, I'm gonna play this passing lane. I'm gonna rip you. What you want to do? He's led the league in steals 3 times. He's always top 5 in steals.
Look, I hate going against AI.
But you disrespecting his scoring. There's no way his scoring ability in terms of guards, he's the greatest scoring guard ever. Pound for pound.
I disagree.
Pound for pound. Pound for pound. Pound for pound.
What's this pound for pound shit? I like my chicken wings pound for pound. What the fuck does that mean?
Because Kevin Durant is a guard. Kevin Durant's a greater scorer than Allen Iverson. Kevin Durant's also 7 feet. So pound for pound, AI 5'11", pound for pound, size for size. There's nobody around his weight class scoring like him. That means Curry. Curry's not scoring like him.
So can I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and say, hey, I want a lot of wings. I want more wings than he has pound for pound. Do you think that will
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't a sport.
I can go there and watch sports. They are a sports bar. right? So they'll understand the whole pound for pound thing. I want to go in there and I say, I want more wings than him, pound for pound. I want more barbecue than teriyaki, pound for pound. Is that gonna hold weight, pound for pound, at Buffalo Wild Wings? No. So it's not holding weight that Allen Iverson is the great. I don't even know what that means. Greatest scorer, pound for pound. Can the nigga put the ball in the bucket or no? Yeah. All right. Can he do it better than Steph Curry? No. Yeah. Can he do it better than KD?
When I say pound for pound, Curry's in his weight class, so I'm including Curry.
He can't do it better than Curry.
I'm just saying there's other guards where Magic's a guard, Jordan's a guard,
D Wade's a guard,
KD. They're guards that are much bigger than him that score just as well. So it's like, but at his size, nobody scores better than him.
So let me ask you. So we gonna differentiate. We not gonna agree on that one. But speaking of big guards, though, versus a little guard, Stevie Franchise or B Diddy Baron Davis, who you taking?
I think
this is the hardest one of the day. If you
I don't think it's even that hard. I think I'm gonna go Stevie Francis, just because. His prime was very short because it was real short.
It's one of them hood niggas.
It was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was like a flash of light, but his prime was unreal. It was MVP candidate-ish. I don't think Baron Davis
I don't recall ever him being an MVP candidate.
I think he was.
I don't remember.
I don't think Baron Davis ever had that.
No, but B Diddy was definitely an all-star, a couple-time all-star. He played both sides of the court. That's one thing I liked about Baron Davis. He was a 2-time steal champ. You know what I'm saying? Obviously an all-star.
You gonna give him credit for that, but then AI was a 4-time steal champ and he didn't get no credit?
Here's the thing. I told you I don't like arguing against AI. I just had to.
All right, we'll get that.
I just had to. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's D Wade versus AI, we can do that argument all day. It's D Wade. But, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, we got B Diddy, Boom Dizzle, the beard. You know what I'm saying? I think a bigger, stockier guard like that, he wasn't even playing in the post like he really should have been.
Right.
Like, if it was today's game, I think Baron Davis would be better than what he was when he actually played.
I can't shoot good enough.
But he can score. He's got the ability to score, and then he's bigger than a lot of other. He would have been, and actually, no, you might be right, because he wouldn't have been bigger than everybody else. He'd have been around the same size as cats today.
Listen.
That 6'3", 200.
Steve Francis was a walking bucket.
Okay.
Walking bucket, period. His time in Houston, he was unstoppable.
How much did he average? What's his highest career average? Or in a season, I should say.
In a season?
Yep.
21.6. So, I mean, he averaged... So
that's baby money. Baron Davis did that in the 5th year. Easy.
No, but wait.
And did it again in like the 14th. Get him out of here.
But no, what I'm saying is he did this in his 3rd year.
That's great.
Then the next year he did it again. Then he took a little hit, only averaged 16, but then he came back after 21 again. I mean,
never did it again after that.
His prime was over. He was when he came in the league, he was like 24 already.
Was he really? I believe he was.
Because he was like, he wasn't 24, but he was like 22, 23. Because he like went to high school, was done, dropped out, like didn't even finish high school. Then like his story is crazy.
Yo, he's what Master P wanted to be in a basketball court.
No, Master P wish.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you can't even say that
Master P wishes he could be.
You got to give somebody lower than Master P wanted to wish to, like, because he couldn't even imagine that. This dude was an all-star. Like
you got Master P messed up. I'm saying
rookie of the year.
Steve,
like come on, man.
Steve Francis was a true hood nigga.
Hood
nigga. What is 6'3"? Like he's actually an average hood nigga that made it to the league, was out there really giving niggas buckets, and then was so hood, went right back to the hood when he was done playing basketball.
Yeah.
I think that's what Master P wanted to do. He wanted to really go out there and give them buckets at a high level. And then just go right back to the hood when he was done.
Right. You know who else did that too, but did it well? Steven Jackson too.
Go.
He was still in the hood.
Jersey hanging up in at the crib right now. Yeah. Steven Jackson is one of them, and he also has a great podcast with Matt Barnes.
All the smoke is lit.
Yeah, it's
no. Master P definitely wanted to be one of them for sure.
Yeah, he saw it in his cards. Especially Matt. He probably leaned a little bit towards Steve Francis after the Malice in the Palace. You know what I'm saying? Steven Jackson probably probably kind of ruled himself out. And speaking of that though, I got one more. This is the last one.
Yeah.
This is the last one. This is gonna be the best one though.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller or Klay Thompson? I know my answer already. It's easy.
You know, the only problem with this one is we're never going to see Klay by himself.
In a prime situation.
We're never going to see it. So because of that, I got to go Reggie. Because I'm never going to see Klay by himself. I'm never going to know truly what he could really accomplish. And even though he's super skilled and talented, I'm never going to know, can he lead a team by himself? I never know.
Do you feel robbed?
Absolutely.
Do you
Absolutely.
That sounds crazy, but feel robbed of a Klay Thompson career?
Absolutely. 100%, because like I said, he's talented enough to where he could lead a team.
Yeah.
How far and what does that look like? We'll just never know.
See, I don't think he could lead a team. I think Klay Thompson's great. I think he's a great player. I think he's one of the greatest shooters ever. I don't think he has the it factor when it comes to like a Reggie Miller does. Right. And so Klay was really upset he wasn't in that top 75.
You know, they had Klay messed up.
And no.
Klay messed up.
Because Klay,
you got to remember, Klay,
you're great, Klay, but what, just like that, what have you done?
Nah, man.
What have you done? They should have put Draymond in the top 75 if we put in
you're
Klay.
tripping.
No, because why? Because you're great. You don't have Klay Thompson doesn't have an actual statistic, maybe outside of the most threes or a good 3-point percentage that necessarily puts him in a place where I can't tell the story of basketball without him. You know what I'm saying?
He's literally the second greatest shooter ever. He's on the team with the first greatest shooter. He the second.
I think there's shooters better than him, arguably.
Who? He has better stats than all of them.
Ray Allen. I think Ray Allen's
He on Ray Allen heels.
He is. He's on
his heels, and
I think Ray Allen's a better shooter, and I also think Reggie Miller's a better shooter because Reggie Miller is somebody that did it when he was the number one guy.
I think Reggie Miller
off the dribble.
Reggie Miller's a better player. I don't think he's a better shooter than Klay. Klay is the second best shooter ever. I think he gets overshadowed, of course, by Steph.
I think I'm the second best shooter ever, but that's neither here nor there.
See, you just say the most ridiculous stuff ever.
I'm keeping it a bean.
No, first of all, his nickname is Killer Klay. You got to remember, he done scored 60 in 3 quarters.
That's incredible.
Huh?
That's incredible.
Ray Allen could never. And Ray Allen used to be a bucket.
I wouldn't say he could never.
No, never. He had a chance. Several chances.
He never. Okay.
He was the man on several teams where it was just his team.
Now let's break it down. He never actually had a chance to score 60 in 3 quarters to where like Klay did. Klay had Steph. So you're never going to fully guard Klay like you should because you have the greatest shooter, the hands down, no question, greatest shooter next to you. Okay. So he's gonna get a little bit more looks than he should, which is why I'm saying how hard is it if you're single coverage and you're a great shooter? Don't get me wrong, you are one of the greats, top 5, top 10, and you're getting so many open looks, or you're just getting single coverage off screens because you've got Steph to worry about, or for a long time you had KD to worry about.
Right. I see what you're saying. I get you, but like I said, that's why I picked Reggie Miller. But I'm not knocking Klay.
I hear that. But
I got Reggie though in that.
I hear that.
You know, it is what it is. One thing I wanted to talk about though, did you see? Well, I know everybody's seen it. Morris and Joker.
You know, Heat Nation. You know, I see it all.
So who do you think was wrong in that situation? So Morris comes up, gives Joker a little shoulder bump at the buzzer as he's shooting a shot, ribs wide open. Joker comes back, shoves him in the back. Who's at fault?
I think it's real easy here. It's very easy. One was a basketball foul. One could have had somebody paralyzed. Next question.
You don't think what? So you telling me Morris's foul was a basketball foul?
It's a basketball foul. They stop the clock like that all the time. They do fouls like that all the time.
The game
was a little bit more aggressive than other basketball fouls, but in the rule book, the shit's gonna say flagrant foul. And they have
so there's a flagrant.
It's a basketball foul. It's a flagrant foul. The foul itself doesn't get him ejected. No,
he didn't make a play for the ball. There was no play for the ball. He just goes after. He
wouldn't have gotten ejected because again, there's I can pull up plenty of fouls like this, just very similar. That's not a foul that gets him. That's not a basketball play. But it's not a foul that gets him ejected, right?
No, but it should.
No.
Because that's not a basketball play.
No.
You can't just run into somebody's rib. That's literally a hit in football. Matter of fact, if I'm a receiver running across the middle and my ribs are exposed and I get hit right there, I'm literally considered a vulnerable receiver.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Was it the time of the game that really made the impact, or was it the foul? Because let me ask you, if he did that foul in the first quarter, would you really have as much energy behind it?
Yes, because of how it happens. Did you see the shot? He's shooting a shot from half court. You run into his ribs.
He wasn't even shooting. He was passing the ball.
Whatever he was doing, his ribs are exposed, and you run into his ribs.
Morris was stopping a fast break.
Come on, man.
He was.
That was a malicious play, and Joker reacted to it. I ain't mad at the reaction. You can't foul me hard like that and expect me not to react. I gotta react.
I think the problem. That's correct. That's bingo.
Okay, yeah.
Therein lies the problem.
That could be just the issue.
Morris acted like he ain't grow up in the streets.
Yeah.
He did some shit like that and then turned his back on Buddy.
Like it was sweet.
That's where you lost me. I was with you the whole time. I wanted to defend him the whole time. When the nigga turned his back and made it look like he went in, he just didn't know what he was doing from the beginning. So I don't know. But I do know if the Jokic brothers pull up in South Beach, it's smoke.
So what's going?
It's smoke.
It's really smoke the rest of the season automatically. Like
it's really smoke. Let's break it down. Like, okay, here's the thing, right? The Jokic brothers, they pull up. They want to go to the game in Miami on the 29th.
Yeah.
Okay. They pull up.
They slide.
They get to the parking lot. You're telling me UD, Morris, or just any Heat fans not gonna be in the parking lot? Impossible. Impossible for me to believe.
You act like the rest of the team is not gonna be there with the brothers too. With the Joker brothers.
The Denver Nuggets brothers? I mean, the Denver Nuggets are going to be with the brothers?
Why wouldn't they?
Because
Miami
they have a game. Like, this is going to be...
you just said, like, UD
No, UD... No. UD's going to be in the stadium. Morris going to be in the stadium.
Okay.
UD has one of these. UD going to say, hey, man, yeah, the 29th, 7 o'clock. Yep. Morris going to say, yes, yeah, bro, the 29th. Yep. And then there's just Heat fans that just... want to just be a part of this shit and just gonna be there.
The fans are gonna have no involvement.
I would be shocked. I would be shocked if a fan didn't throw something, didn't try and swing on one of the Jokic brothers.
This is gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the back. So the Heat gonna come. They're gonna come over to the Nuggets locker room. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna say, you know, what's up? Mm-hmm. The Nuggets are not gonna sit there and let them punk nobody. If they did,
they got a bunch of little kids in there though. They really do. They got a bunch of little boys in there.
There's no way they're going out like that. I know that they're not just because I know how they fought how they battled in the playoffs. They're not soft.
They're not soft.
They're not soft. They're not going out like that.
I think the fact that Jokic had the reaction that he did, he's not. Karl Anthony Towns would have really just.
Karl Anthony Towns would have been like.
Karl Anthony Towns would have been like, yo, oh my god.
Cat would have
really went to the ref.
Yelling at the refs. Yeah, like man,
I love Cat, but he would have never handled it like Jokic did.
Nah,
and as much as like I'm a Heat fan, so as much as I didn't really think that was cool what Jokic did, I loved it. Because it was like, you're not finna, like, that's old school basketball. That's KG basketball. KG would have beat dude ass.
KG would have beat the brakes off dude.
KG would have beat dude ass. Oh, yo, what? You are tripping, nigga. You just, like, basketball foul or not, KG would have swung on dude.
KG would have literally.
He would have really swung on dude. Yeah. So, like,
we've seen KG throw the ball at folks, like, for small stuff, for little stuff.
It had nothing to do with nothing. KG, he wasn't even talking to you. And he threw the ball at him.
Yeah.
So I definitely, like, appreciate and respect the fact that nigga did it, right? Any other team, I probably would have purchased a Jokic jersey that night, right? It's just that nigga was wilding.
No doubt.
Nigga was wilding.
And then, the other Morris, for him to chime in, I know it's his twin brother and stuff, what he gonna do? He's
pulling up. This is what I'm saying.
They both play in the NBA.
He's pulling up.
They got games on the same day. He gonna miss a game to come fight with his brother?
Yeah.
But y'all ain't in high school.
That's what I hear. I hear that's how brothers roll.
Zero chance he's gonna miss a game to go fight this other NBA player.
Hey,
in the middle of the season.
He's not fighting NBA players. He's fighting their brother. He's fighting. He
gonna pull up on their brothers. They gonna beat the brakes off him.
So let me ask you: if you had to, we can do another either or. The Jokic brothers or the Morris brothers? Who you taking?
Well, there's only one Jokic in the league. The other one is
no, the two brothers in them hands, and then the Morris brothers in them hands.
Oh, with the hands.
They are neither in the league for them hands.
I'm going with the Jokers.
No, Jokic ain't fighting. Nikola ain't fighting. He's the MVP.
You don't think all three of them gonna fight?
He is the MVP of the league. He ain't fighting.
So you say this gonna be
the fact that he did the foul was crazy.
So you saying this
that was already beyond?
It's gonna be 2-on-2.
It's 2-on-2.
Okay.
Morris brothers and Jokic
different.
brothers.
Then Morris brothers gonna beat the brakes off them two.
Really?
Them two little brothers, they finna get whooped on.
Really?
I thought it was gonna be the older brother with them, but the little ones, they don't stand a chance. They from Europe. They ain't been in America long enough.
Hey,
like,
listen, but this is why I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. They're from Europe.
They're getting beat up.
They're from Serbia. They eat bombs for breakfast. They do. They wake up and there's bombs and shit outside. They wake up and it's famine and shit outside. They really like. We think we go through trenches on the north side. They really like go through real life trenches in Serbia.
Listen, I don't even know where Serbia is. Let me
In Europe.
I don't think it's
Somewhere in Europe, and they just go through it, and them niggas survive.
Listen,
if you had a world war outside, what you gonna do?
no, that's true. They're probably tough. They're probably really tough because of that. Because it do be real life war.
A nigga punch you in the face?
Yes, next
that's
to Bosnia.
That's baby shit. That's baby shit.
Romania. Yeah,
I got shot at 5.
Listen, them dudes getting beat up. The Morris brothers is gonna beat on them 2 dudes if they step. They don't stand a chance. They gonna walk up thinking, talking like it's sweet, and a few words later they get punched. It's not gonna be much talking.
It's gonna be funny. It's not even gonna really be. Yeah, it's not gonna be much talking at all.
I got a feeling they gonna try
the
to
Serbian
talk.
bros really gonna be like, yeah. So yeah, you had.
Bow, 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 bow. I thought we were gonna talk about this.
Yeah, I want to have they back too, but you know, niggas ain't for that.
It's different.
We did all the talking. As a matter of fact,
They talked
one of them.
on Twitter.
One of the Morris brothers said, "Mama said no more talking." That's it. And you know, when Mama say no more talking, unfortunately, I got to swing on you when I see you. I'm sorry,
But I don't see the big brother just letting them fight like that. Them is his little brothers. Like they not even grown yet. Like they like 19. Like one of them like 19, 20. The other one like 18.
I don't even believe what you're saying.
I'm telling you, because one of them is entering the draft. I think that's coming up here. So I think like 19 or something like that. So I mean, they're like young dudes.
They play basketball. Oh yeah, Nemanja Jokic.
Yeah, like how old is he?
Wow. 37. That nigga's throwing hands.
Oh, hey, no, he got broke. Wait, he's 37?
Yeah, he throwing hands.
Morris might need to chill. You got that-
37, and then you got the other one that was beating women. I don't know how old this nigga is.
Wait, I didn't know this. Wait a minute.
Oh yeah. You got one of them that was beating women, and you got the one that you was talking about that played basketball. That nigga's 37.
No, it's a young one. Maybe the other one is younger than one of them.
He is the baby. What do the Jokic brothers do?
I thought one of them was entering the draft this year. I could have swore.
Fam.
But yo, one of them, then I don't know then.
Yeah, okay. Nuggets, Nikola Jokic's brother, Strahinja, arrested on suspicion of assault. That was in 2019.
So these dudes is just violent.
That was October 1st, 2019.
They just violent
I'm
people.
telling you, when you eat bombs for breakfast, you're on that upon waking up. 6 a.m., you're on that.
He might pull up with like...
He's 13 years older. Oh, so both of these niggas is the older brother. He was 37 in 2019. And the other one is 37 now.
Oh my gosh, these dudes is old. Listen,
they're very old.
One thing you gotta understand.
They're looking out for
like,
little bro.
They are. It's like when somebody like 40-ish, like it's grown man strength. Because you know, like when you like a young adult, you don't realize like no, there's actually like grown man strength. Like
yeah.
Then there's like super grown man strength where it's like you like 35 to 40.
Yeah. And you still got it.
Yeah, the Morris brothers ain't gonna be able to handle that. They ain't gonna be able to handle that.
I tried to
They
tell
like
you.
26, 27. This like a real grown man.
No, I
grown
realized,
man.
but this is what I tried to tell you.
I didn't know they was that old. I thought they was younger. I thought they was like 19.
No,
20.
they really like on 40. That's why UD knows UD is 40. UD knows
He would have had to step in. Yeah,
UD knows, no, but he's also UD's a little too old to be like he's.
They the same age.
But he's too old.
But that's what he one of them old dudes where it's like he grab you, like, hey.
Yeah.
We ain't even do all
really
this.
put you to the side with one hand. You know what I'm saying? Now,
but that's what them Joker brothers gonna be on the more.
But that's why I know UD got them OGs in South Florida.
Listen.
That are one call away.
Listen.
Yo, or hey Rose, I need you to hook somebody up and have them waiting at FTX for me.
You think the Joker brothers don't have other family that they brought to America?
Not about it. No.
What are you? What do you think they was doing before they was playing basketball? They 40 years old. What they been doing? Nothing but fighting. They brought everybody that's been in that's been in their hood.
No, they was eating bombs. They was in Serbia.
So they brought all of them to America out of that impoverished area, and they brought them all here. They're all here with nothing to do.
Then they just better come ready then.
I remember, because this reminds me, like, I remember when Pekovic, I don't know where he's from, but I'm just going to relate it to this.
Nikola, I hate him to this
Where is he from?
I really don't even care.
Listen.
When I tell you, can I just a quick backstory? Everybody had my player on 2K. 2013, I played for the Timberwolves as a 6'6" point guard. And when I tell you, I won MVP that year, and the only time I had a turnover is when I passed it to Nikola Pekovic.
He was a bucket though. But no, so he's Serbian too. And listen, when he was here, when he was here,
he averaged 19 and 13 off of pure strength.
Absolutely.
Off of nothing but
the thing
pure
is, though,
strength.
when he was in Minnesota and you would see him out, he was with a bunch of mobsters that was all from Serbia, and you could just tell they was not the ones to play with.
Really?
You knew for sure. Like, you could see it in their eyes, like, these dudes done killed somebody.
That was them early Monarch days for Darian too. Somebody know.
Now, this is before Monarch.
Really?
This before Monarch. This is like, this used to be at this one place called Tangiers, which actually was
Tangiers,
owned by the same dude that owned Monarch. But he used to be in there, they in the cut, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, these dudes, they don't look like they to play with. They ain't to play with.
Man, fuck them niggas.
They would have shot you. They would have killed you. For sure. They probably not over here no more because I think he went back over there to play.
Yeah, good.
But they would have killed you.
I'm kidding.
So I'm sure Jokic and them roll with a similar crew.
In Denver, if they want to pull up to South Beach, it is what it is.
No, they're coming to South Beach too. They're gonna come to South Beach.
I'll fuck around and pull up.
And good luck with the Morris twins.
I'll fuck around and pull up.
But the NCAA just started too. NCAA just started. There was some great hoopers, some great debuts. Imani Bates, Chet Holmgren from Minnesota. NCAA, it just was lit. Who's your early pick to win it?
My early pick is easy, man. It's real easy. I'm gonna go with my boy Johnny Juzang in UCLA. Them boys got it. My boy Tigger, forget his last name. Tigger Campbell, I want to say.
UCLA.
Them boys got it. Ranked number 2 team. Don't
They're
say
ranked
it.
number 2.
They're ranked number 2, so don't say it like they ain't got some. You know what I'm saying? They got the pedigree there. I think they were in the Final 4 or the Elite 8 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So UCLA and Johnny Juzang, I mean, outside of Chet, and Chet really isn't like truly the best player in the country is Johnny Juzang, if we're being real. The number 1 player in the country.
I disagree for everything you're saying. So I'm going with Gonzaga, and I'm going with Gonzaga because of Chet Holmgren. First of all, so
you can't even say his name right. How am I supposed to believe that
Chet Holmgren.
Holmgren.
I don't care how to say his name. I don't care. The man is the man.
Okay.
You talking about dude, the number 1 player? This is by far the best player in college basketball. Chet is
the best
by
prospect,
far.
maybe, sure.
No, he's the best player, not the best prospect.
Why?
Not based on tomorrow, today. He's the best player in college basketball.
Hell no. Why?
Why? Because he can do everything. He's the best shot blocker in college basketball I've seen in literally the past decade, probably more. Best shot blocker. He's going to be a prolific passer. He's going to average 6 or 7 assists.
Why he tell me today, but it's talking about it's gonna be?
Because he's only played 2 games.
Okay, see today.
Let's
Johnny
look at his stats from many games.
Johnny Juzang from last year is riding off of his hot season last year.
Chet had 7 blocks in the first game already. He had more.
That's
like
cool.
It's already a thing.
Blocks. We know about blocks.
He had. I'm gonna go to the stats. I believe he had 6 assists.
You was talking about being a passer.
He had 6 assists. He had like 14, 17, 6 assists and like 7 blocks. Those are not normal numbers.
He had 4 assists against Alcorn State.
Well, he's played multiple games. Let's see what the stats actually were. You just made them stats up.
I'm looking. What?
That's his average. I mean, he's played multiple games.
It says right there 11, 6, and 4 against Alcorn State. Nigga didn't do nothing.
How many blocks? These stats look, you know what I'm saying?
They look a little shaky, huh?
Go to your boys' stats though. This is the number 1 team in America now. They won the national championship last year. They're gonna win it this year. I mean, to me, it's not even. It's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to discuss.
Breakout NCAA tournament star Johnny Juzang. That boy.
What's he doing?
He's that boy.
What's he doing?
He's definitely averaging more than Chet. I mean,
tell me something.
We know that. So, right, we got Johnny Juzang, 6'7", 215 junior from Tarzana, California. He's averaging 22 a game.
What else?
6 rebounds a game. On the second best team in the country.
He's played 1 game.
Listen. He's played 2. He's played 2. He's in the middle of his 3rd right now. I mean, he's already given like great points.
Right.
So it's like
14.
He's got 10 right now in the first 5 minutes. Not even.
Right.
He's got more than Long Beach State as a team, and he's gonna be. He might be Player of the Year.
Oh, so also he's not Chet's Player of the Year. The reason why his stats is so low because I forgot against Texas he got in foul trouble.
Oh, so he's gonna have to worry about fouls in his college
No, I mean
career.
he at the end of the day he's a freshman, so yeah, there's going to be some games early on where he might get in foul trouble. He just has to adjust to the college basketball.
You know who doesn't?
It doesn't
Johnny
change the fact he's going to be
Juzang.
Player of the Year. He's still the best player in the country.
Johnny Juzang doesn't.
The games that he's played the full game, 14 points, 7 blocks, 6 assists, 13 rebounds, all around player, 66% from.
You're giving me one
from the field.
Okay, so he's played 2 games and he's only had 1 good game.
He got it. Yeah, true.
Okay.
What's your point?
Johnny Juzang has had 3 good games.
Great.
And be the top 5 team in the country.
Great. Texas was top 5 too, but they beat them as well. Gonzaga's the best team in NCAA. Who's the top 5 they beat? Who's the top 5 UCLA beat?
Villanova.
Okay, what are they? 4?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're ranked higher.
Texas is 5. This is top 5. It's the first
They-
week.
they beat a better team.
Everybody's the rankings. You know, it's the first week. Like,
So give me UCLA.
yeah, and I got Gonzaga. You want to make a bet?
Yeah.
On who makes it further?
I can call it a board bet.
Oh, what's the other bet we made? We made another bet. You was trying to clown.
That's too much weed. I don't know.
I don't know either, but it's somewhere.
Memory kind of trash.
Let's. This is a bet I ain't gonna forget though. So let's bet who makes it further out of Gonzaga, UCLA.
Okay, I got UCLA.
Pending neither one of these 2 players get injured. Of course, right? Because one of them get injured, then it's a wrap. So
Yeah, easy.
Let's bet. We'll bet a Hennessy bottle.
All right.
Okay.
One of these, like, you can't get these in America, huh?
No, we got that from Serbia.
Okay.
What do you think we got?
I
from?
should break it then. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, because I got Gonzaga for sure. Like Gonzaga's the best team in the country. Got everybody returning but Jalen.
But why they ain't do it last year?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? They went to the championship.
Why didn't they win?
Did they lose it?
Oh yeah, they definitely lost to Baylor.
Oh yeah, to Baylor. Yeah,
Yeah. With
Baylor
better
was a
guards.
better team. Baylor was just better. Baylor was cold.
And they had some. What else did they have? They had some more experienced players, huh?
Yeah, they were good.
Mm.
What's that got to do with UCLA? Baylor has nothing to do with UCLA.
Yeah, it does. Tigger Campbell and Johnny Juzang are more experienced.
Then who?
Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren is one player. Their whole team came back,
No, they didn't.
but one player.
No, they didn't.
Who else in return?
The only person that came back was Drew Timme and
Who was a
and,
big part.
And
He was
Nemhard did come back as well. He
Those
was
are the-
okay. Jalen Suggs didn't come back.
Well, duh.
And the African dude, I forget his name.
Because he wasn't a contributor.
Who?
I don't know whoever you're
You're
talking
lying.
about. You don't
Nigga
know
had a
his name.
triple double in the championship game, or in the game right before the championship game. He was their second. He was their 3rd best player.
Okay.
And they also lost Crispert. They also lost Crispert as well.
All I know is Drew Timme was their leading scorer, leading rebounder.
He was their best player that stage.
He's back.
Okay, but that's it. Him and Nemhard, who was a backup. So they had
Nemhard was cold.
Nemhard was okay. He was a backup, right? He wasn't cold, or he would enter the draft off of being a backup, right?
Because Drew
Timme
Timme was cold and he ain't enter.
because Drew Timme knew the vibes. He's not Drew Timme's not gonna go anywhere in the league. He's a 6'8" power forward. He ain't going nowhere in the league. It's not really athletic. Like Drew Timme knew if I'm gonna do anything in my life, I need to stay here and win this chip. And they got Chet Holmgren coming back. In his head, he's thinking he's a favorite. You know what I'm saying? Nemhard is a good player. Might make the league one day. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
You see what I'm saying? They got another,
Maybe.
like, they don't have people that are really league bound. Johnny Juzang is league bound from the guard spot.
Chet is going to be number 1 pick.
That's it. You get him in foul trouble, that's the game, though.
But wait, so you saying your boy is the man?
Johnny Juzang, top 5
But
pick.
I'm saying Chet's going to win a national championship.
He won't.
Player of the year and be number 1 pick.
If he does all of that, I salute him. I'm happy for him.
Well,
He ain't
Get
gonna
ready.
do that.
get ready.
He ain't gonna do that. But one player, another freshman, I'm curious to see what you think about or what he's actually gonna do, is Imani Bates. He's only 17.
Yeah. What's crazy is he's so good. So he reclassified up to go to college, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should be a senior right now.
Yeah, and he's so young though. Is that most people do that so they go to the league earlier? He still can't go to the league next year. He still has to play another year of college or G League But he still has to play another year. Like, so
he's too young to even
go next year.
How good do you really have to be?
Walking bucket.
Like, if you really put that into perspective, like at 17, I was literally like, I had 28 and once, and I thought I was him.
Listen.
Like to be like 17 and be playing D1 basketball and giving them buckets.
Yeah, no, he's gonna go to the league. He'll be like Reggie Miller or something. He has that type of style.
I see, because I think he's a little Reggie Miller.
I mean, he's just a guy that can shoot really well, can handle it a little bit. Not very athletic.
How do you feel about Reggie Miller in comparison to Brandon Ingram? I guess with that athleticism, there might be a little bit. That's probably the difference.
Ingram, and Brandon Ingram can't shoot like their level of shooting.
Yeah,
he can get buckets, but he just can't shoot like.
So Imani can shoot. So I didn't know he could shoot.
That's his best skill is his shooting ability.
Not scoring, but shooting.
It's literally just flat out pure. Just I'm gonna shoot it, hand up, hand down. I'm letting this joint go, and it's going in from wherever.
Okay,
so that's his big thing is his shooting ability. Off the dribble, off the screen.
He sound like me.
So that's why I say Reggie Miller. Brandon Ingram, it's on a yo-yo. It's bop to the basket or mid-range. He developed the three, but
they're KD disciples. Yeah,
Brandon Ingram definitely KD disciple.
Yeah, I see that. I see that with Imani Bates. Maybe just body style.
The problem with Imani Bates though is what they found out is he has very short arms and he's just unathletic. He has like a 24-inch vertical or something like that. Like he jumped like as high as you jump when you was jumping your highest. 24 inches is like 2 feet. So 12 inches is as big as that bottle. It's jumping over 2 of them bottles right here. Just 24 inches, which is nice.
I don't think I was doing that.
Well, then, yeah, so he's jumping higher than you, but barely.
I don't think I was doing that. I could dunk, though, back in my day.
He could dunk, too, but he's 6'10".
See, if I was 6'10", oh, man, I would be...
He probably could windmill, but he's 6'10" with a 24-inch vertical. That's not athletic for the NBA.
No.
Not athletic for even college.
He's actually going to get to the league and... I won't say struggle due to the lack of athleticism.
But that's what they project, though. They think that he might struggle a little bit because it's short arms and lack of athleticism.
And you're not strong.
And lack of strength, yeah.
He'll go out there and be a Seventh Woods. You remember Seventh Woods?
Seventh Woods never made the league. He's somewhere watching this podcast, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully he might.
But he was like a freak of nature when he was like in 7th grade or something. His highlight video was crazy. His highlight video, we can turn it on right now, and it's still crazy.
It's still, to this day. Like,
and it just, once he got to high school, it was different. 7th grade, he was like, he's the next LeBron. 8th grade, he might be somebody else besides LeBron. 9th grade, okay, he's looking more and more like somebody else, all right? By the time he's 11th grade, it was like, why are we still talking about him?
I think the best thing he ever did in his whole life was sign that letter of intent to UNC in like 7th grade.
He signed to UNC right away. Like,
y'all see my highlight tape? Yeah,
I know. I know. By the time he was a senior, North Carolina was like, "Why did we offer this boy this early?
How?
Like, why did we do this?
How did he finesse?
Nah, that's
he definitely finesse, man. 7th Woods. Shout out.
But he probably got his degree, which is good. Shout out to him.
Like, free degree. He's fucking stains. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, no, for real. Shout out to him. Like, I'm sure he transferred from North Carolina eventually. Because he never was going to play at that level. Somebody said, what happened to 7th Woods? Yes, he transferred to Morgan State.
But you know what's crazy?
And he still ain't doing nothing at Morgan State.
You know what's crazy? Is it's really levels. I have a friend.
What you mean?
It's really to the sports shit. Yeah. It's levels, right? I have a friend, my guy Dak, man. Shout out my boy Dak. You know what this man once told me?
What?
I don't even remember how the conversation came up. He said, I was like, bro, I promise you, I don't remember how it came up. I just know that he thought he could tackle Aaron Jones. I said,
Aaron Jones, the running back?
The running back for the Green Bay Packers. I said, if Aaron Jones was on the 5-yard line and it was just you and him he had to get past you to score.
0 chance.
Do you think you could stop him? He said, yeah, I think I could. I think I could wrap his legs up, something like that. I said, Dak. I looked at him like, bro, I'm not even going to call you crazy. You just don't. You don't.
Was he a guy that played football though?
He played football for a little bit.
Like what's a little bit? Like what are you talking about?
Like 8th, 9th grade.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, then played sports like in like middle school. So I was like, bro, like I feel where you might think like he's another human being. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But like, and
unless
I broke up to him like this. No. I said, me and Darian, right?
Yeah.
We went to a tournament and we played against Marcus Page. Darian will tell you right now to this day. Mm-hmm. Marcus Page killed Darian. Killed him.
Yeah.
And Brody just kind of just had to keep playing him.
Sometimes you just gotta separate.
He just got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he killed him. So Marcus Page went to UNC and then didn't go anywhere after that.
Right, but he was a heralded freshman.
Heralded freshman, right?
Yeah.
But that just lets you know the levels. He was a great freshman, right?
Yeah.
And actually didn't go anywhere in the league, but was like looked like the best thing we had ever seen at the point guard position going into our senior year of high school.
Yeah, no, for somebody like I would give somebody a chance if they at least played college football. Like, okay, you probably know how to tackle
At that level, and really knows what that.
I'm not gonna say you know how to tackle at that level because Aaron Jones is an All-Pro NFL running back, but you know how to, you know the basic of tackling. It's like if I probably can't tackle this person, I can get possibly low enough and at least make the tackle.
That's what I'm saying. And
But you gotta know how to do that.
Not at the NFL level, but at a very high level,
Right, at
To
least
where
a high level.
it'll
Yeah,
make
yeah,
an
yeah,
impact. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Where
him
it's like, I can
tackling
trip
dude,
him up.
Yeah.
You know, you played 9th, 10th grade. No, you don't even know enough.
You don't understand. I laughed at him
Like,
for
you're not.
I laughed at him for days. I brought it up to other people. I called so many people and said, "Yo, get a load. This dude right here thinks he could tackle Aaron Jones," and they laughed too.
Like, it's so crazy when people
It
say
was
stuff
crazy.
like this. It's so disrespectful to like professionals to be like, these dudes is really the best of the best. So if you think of the best players when you was in high school,
They don't hold water to.
they was the elite of them by far. Like the best of the best of the best.
They would have made your
They was like the elite of
So
the elite.
another example, Rashad Vaughn. I played with him in high school.
Elite of the elite.
I'm talking about was still to this day probably outside of like Zach Lofton or Isaiah Zierden or like players like that was the best basketball player I've ever seen. Right. And went to the league. None of them dudes went to the league and did anything.
Right. One and done.
Like did nothing. So it really goes to show like it's really levels out here, and the levels we can't fathom that type of level. Like that level of greatness.
Yeah.
You can't even fathom it because we've never seen it before.
Right. And then usually what's funny is I always bring his name when people say like who's some of the best players come on Minnesota. People don't be like, they don't be feeling it when I be throwing his name out there. I'll be like, he was really like
Rashad?
that. Yeah.
My boy was like that, but I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
I ain't win nothing.
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. You give me at that time 15 shots, I'm scoring 20 a game.
He was a bucket every time I seen him, like 30, 40.
No, he was, but he was probably shooting 30%, right?
So what?
So yeah, but how? Like so, in relation to you're shooting 30%, right?
Yeah.
Your team's losing.
Yeah, no, they was taking.
You know what I'm saying? We were trash, like as a
He was
team,
trash.
but we were actually better. Like all the players on the team were better than under 500,
Yeah,
right?
I
But
agree
he
with
was
that.
taking double team threes and shit like that. He was
Yeah.
doing too much. Now, granted, you go out
Shit, you
there.
think was going to the league?
Yeah, and I don't blame him for that. But like, if you really like, he probably could have gotten. He got great offers, but he probably could have gotten better offers or looked like a better player. Maybe could have gotten Mr. Basketball. Probably didn't have to go to Finlay
Right.
Prep if you maybe
If you just took it more serious a little
took
bit.
it a little bit more serious. Use your teammates more, right? Or maybe the coaches have a brain. That's a totally different pod for a totally different day.
Yeah.
But if you know what I'm saying, if they have a brain and say, yo, we're gonna have you on an island 1-on-1, just be on the lookout for your shooters on the outside. Simple. Yeah, he could have averaged his 30 on 40%.
Yeah.
That'd have been cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nigga was out there averaging 22 on 30%.
Yeah.
I really legitimately could have did that with the same amount of shots.
Oh, okay. But so no, people do, but you're not the only person to say that. So clearly, I'd be the crazy one. I'm like, nah, he was cold.
He was, man.
He was unstoppable.
Because he was 15 and could dunk on anybody, could shoot from,
over everybody.
Like he was more like, yeah, he was cold. Like, don't get me wrong, and he was working on his game.
But
People weren't
it
doing
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't maximizing his talent.
No, and then he was. I mean, he wasn't lazy, but then you made the lazy choice and you go to Kentucky. You go to UNLV instead of Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know, but people be disrespectful and be like, "Oh yeah, I could do this with a pro." Be like, "Bruh, you wouldn't be able to do nothing with the pro."
There was a show,
Pros versus Joes.
Pros versus Joes.
Like
one of the greatest shows ever.
Like an example, I'm gonna watch the setup on Marcus. You got 5 minutes in the NBA game. You think you could score?
5 minutes?
Why'd you say something stupid?
Yeah, I do. I know really how hard that would be, but I really think I can get a bucket.
You think you can
really
score?
get a bucket, yeah. If I'm talking about in shape, yeah, I'm getting a bucket.
You can be in the best shape of your life.
I'm getting a bucket.
How you gonna? How?
I'm getting a layup. I'm getting one of them. I'm getting
Who
one
gonna
of
let you
them.
get a layup? Against who? You gonna be one of the smallest guys in the league.
Slowest.
But you gonna get a layup of all things? You would have said I'll be getting a desperation 3, half court 3.
Oh yeah, but the three is granted. I'm not even counting that because I know I'm getting.
There's
the 3.
zero chance you get a layup.
I'm thinking about my 5 points, not just my 3. I'm thinking about how what's gonna be the next bucket.
No, I'm saying
outside
5
of my
minutes.
3.
You just got to score 2.
Oh, that's easy. I'm getting a 3. I'm knocking down a 3.
Okay.
And I get shots like they're giving me the ball to shoot.
They give me they're keeping it realistic. They're gonna give you the ball, see what you do with it. You turn it over, you might not get it again. You know, it's basketball at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I'm getting 3. I'm getting my 3.
I mean, but you said you getting a layup in the NBA game, huh? Andrew Wiggins could barely get a layup.
Yeah, that's cap. He just had 35 the other day.
But we've seen him where it's time.
I feel you.
You. How would you ever get a layup though? That just doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. That's the perfect example of what we just talking about. Disrespectful to the pros. Who's gonna go for your pump fake? These dudes are 6'5", 6'6".
Pump fake, dribble, step back. Hezzy. We at the basket layup.
If you think that is ever working on any NBA player, how about this? You tell me who's that? What team you got to play to get this 2? What team is it got to be?
Heat.
So what's the matchup you want?
They're gonna spread it out. What's the matchup you want? They're gonna spread it out.
What's the matchup you want?
I want Steph on me. I want Steph.
You know Steph is taller than you, right?
I've scored on niggas taller than me. I've scored on you. Hey.
Nigga, I'm not in the NBA.
Hey. He don't remember. I scored on niggas taller than me.
I'm not in the NBA.
All right. I'm just saying.
And you struggled at that.
I was lit. If I was sober, it'd have been I can score on anybody, in my opinion. There was once upon a time I didn't think I could score. Once upon a time, if you'd have told me I'd beat him 1-on-1, I wouldn't have believed you. And I did. So that means I can beat Steph. I can score on Steph. I can do anything I put my mind to. And I want to score on Steph.
And this is so you say was better than AI, Steph Curry, but you say you can score on him?
I can give AI buckets too.
Hey, this has been Black ESPN, BSPN. Marcus always talking crazy. Referee with no game.
I'm calling a tech.